Oh, there's everybody. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Tai Chi For You. It was a busy week for me, just with work schedule, social events, things going on, and just this crazy weather we've been having. And I just want to let you know, Tai Chi can help. Maybe not so much with the weather, but it can help you balance and just feel better, feel more grounded, and just the whole idea of relaxing and being able to maybe pace yourself and be aware of what's going on around you. And it also really with the aches and pains. So this is it's a proven 5,000-year-old system that's helped hundreds and thousands of people, I imagine, by this time. And just the testimonial letters that I get from students. I had the opportunity to go down to Rhode Island. I was asked to come down and teach a workshop there for uh, beginners, people that have heard about Tai Chi or they just uh, wanted to feel better. And it was a wonderful class. We were able to do it outside. Again, the rain held off, so maybe Tai Chi kind of did something there. We just put it out there that we were going to have no rain, and it was just perfect. Everything was just the way it was supposed to be. And the people that showed up, it was a wide range, really. That we had some energy workers, Reiki masters, we had some medical professionals, we had just some open minded skeptics that just wanted to kind of see what this trend really is all about. It's new to a lot of people. They hear it, and all they know it's that thing in the park that I see people do, or I saw it on TV, or I've had other people come in on classes that their doctor recommended that they find a Tai Chi class. So it's good. It does have that medical aspect. I teach it more for the balance, the meditation, and just centering and not so much the martial art application. But I demonstrated, I guess, a little bit just so you have a more well rounded idea of what Tai Chi is. And I also mentioned, too, that some people, it's just yoga is more, I guess, a common phase now. People know about it and they've taken classes. I know people that do it and all that. So I really kind of get it down to the idea that all these, this yoga, the karate, the meditation, the Tai Chi, it all comes from the same tree. And that's really my way of explaining it. So you get out of it really what you need, and I try to teach it for people that come to really just maybe feel better about themselves. So there is that energy factor into it, and you're receiving. Well, let's back up. You get energy blocks in the body, and whether you believe it or not, it's happening. And you could just call them aches and pains. So it's a way to kind of clear and feel better about yourself physically and mentally as well as emotionally. Um, so the other quick thing I wanted to talk about was that keep your eyes open. That I'll be around. There'll be some things happening around town, not just Northbridge, Uxbridge, in this area. But I did get invited back to Rhode Island. I'll be doing the class the end of the month there. So the whole idea, again, with teaching, it's really, I want you to just sort of connect with yourself and figure it out on your own. I can guide you, or another teacher, or a YouTube, or anywhere that you go to get information. That's just to guide you, so you're able to make your own decisions. Just like, people always telling you what to do. Hey, put a smile on, thank them very nice for their opinion, and really just gather all the information you can. So that's what I'm saying with the Tai Chi. Gather information from me. I ask questions, and this class was a perfect example where the live feedback, which is great. I love doing these shows, but you miss that live interaction. So that's why I want to try to get out and do some more classes. Just in the park. We'll figure out a few other places and I'll announce it. But in the meantime, if you wanted to just shoot me an email or a text or whatever, and get the latest information on where we're going to be teaching a class. So the idea being, why don't we get up, and I'll teach this episode tonight as if I was showing some brand new people. And again, they were very eager learners this weekend, the class that I had down there. And I don't want to overwhelm people with too much information, or just have them think there's only one way to do things, where we showed different options. If you were in a chair, or you had issues with an injury or things like that, that we can adjust the moves. So let's get up. Well, let's make sure we have our water first. Okay. So one of the first rules I tell everybody is nobody falls down. That's rule number one. So the rule number two is remember to breathe. Breathing is very important. We could do a whole show just on breathing. The idea is bringing in fresh oxygen or energy into the blood. And you could just think of it medically that way, or you can go more the Tai Chi way, where the chi is in the blood. And that's just another way of I guess, explaining it without going too deep in it. So you want to get things moving a little bit, and when we talk about movement, we talk about how the body likes to move in circles. So you can make up your own warm-up technique if you'd like, but just try a few, because I want you to be able to do this on your own. I mean, I'll guide you and teach you and show you the moves and show you some of the I don't want to call them hidden secrets, but anything that I found that made something easier for me, I'm more than willing to share it with anybody. So one of the things I discovered recently was when you warm up, sometimes you see people right away go into, the whole full stretching around and doing all this right away. Why don't we try, just think of it a different way. Think of it as the body likes to move in circles. So we're just going to gently just circle the head. Two of the principles in Tai Chi, it's called the 70-30 rule. So basically it is you don't want to overstretch or overdo a move. So we're just doing gentle circles, and we bring it around in both directions, remembering to breathe. And the breath should be a long, slow. Don't worry too much about, is it through my nose, out my mouth, whatever. Don't worry too much about that. Just try to just be conscious of a deep breath, slow and controlled. Now let's drop down and do some shoulder rolls. And we kind of call this the head to toe warm up. So we started out just warming up the neck, and then we went into the shoulders and we just did some shoulder rolls. Good. And then we can drop down in and do some slow motion hula hoops. And the opposite direction as well. Good. And then with the knees, my knees are cracking already. So we're warming them up. We're just circling. Light pressure on the kneecaps. Circling. 3, 2, 1. And do a few in the opposite direction. Good. And if you need assistance, you could have a stool or a chair, and you just have it there. Just emotional support that's there if I need it, or if you want to just gently hold on to it and just get some ankle rolls in both directions. Do both feet. And again, if you have I don't want to say a schedule, but if you do some warming up and working out, or you have you go to the gym regularly and you have your way of doing it, then add this, or just adapt it to how, maybe you like to balance more. Maybe, oh, see, I needed that it's there if I needed it. Maybe you do some of the flexing front and back. So again, the important part is you're warming up the body, and it's not just Tai Chi. If you were going to go play tennis or anything like that, hopefully you're warming up. People that run, I see that, they do a lot of stretching. Well, hopefully they just warm up a little bit first, loosen up everything before they go into any stretching like that. So that was sort of the quick version of the head to toe. Again, make it your own. If it feels good, stay a little bit longer and go a little bit deeper in the move. Really start to visualize. That's the big thing with Tai Chi. You want to visualize what's happening, where the energy is flowing, what's the next move coming up. So I'm thinking, I'm back, I'm thinking the next move's out to the side. I'm already thinking about putting the hips forward and then off to the other side. 3, 2, 1, just like that. Good. The other version is you could, hold on to the back of the chair and do it for balance. So again, there's always ways around it, and I can go over it a little bit more when we have a class live. Let's just do a little more of the circles. We like doing this one right here. It gets the shoulders again. And these are larger circles with the palm facing down. Then the next move, the hands start to do palms face up and then smaller circles. And then you go palms down with larger circles in the opposite direction, and then get the palms facing up. And then you could do we call it the open the door, close the door. And you can do a few sets of these, and then do a few up and downs. So we're not just doing circles anymore. We're starting to feel that warm feeling in the joints and the muscles and the tendons, so we can start doing a little bit more of the stretching. Excellent. The other quick thing that we do for a warm-up is called 500 claps. And again, this has something to do with energy. Energy is everything. So I do try to stress it along the way, but don't get too hung up on it. If you want to think of it as just we're warming up, getting the blood flowing. So we're just coming up the outside of the arm, and we go down the inside of the arm. And for those of you that know meridians and energy work, this is just how the energy flows. So it's up the outside of the arm and then down the inside of the arm. And we balance off, we do both. And I also explained you could brush. Or if you've been doing it a while and you want to build up some endurance, you can do a hard, make that cupping and go up and down. Same thing with the legs. It's down the outside of the leg. And if you can't make it down much further than this, that's fine. You want to come up the inside of the leg. What might help is do one leg at a time, where you can go a little bit further and then come up the inside of the leg. The other thing you could do is if you had your stool or a chair that's solid, raise the leg this way right here. So it's a little bit easier maybe. Try it and to come up. Let's go to the back where the kidneys are right here, and we just gently, and you could tap like this, and then we want to bring it around to the front, and then work your way up the center of the body, and you could tap with one hand right on the center. This is a good point right here. And remember to do that breathing in. Breathe out. We can also do both hands where the clavicles are, just like that. Now we're going to gently bring it around to the back and up. So in the back of the head and up, just like that. And now we go under the eyes. Where's camera 2? Under the eyes. 3. And then we go under the nose. And then on the chin. And we talk about these as acupressure points. Good. Now reach the arm up, and we come down on the inside forearm, right down into the armpit area. Get all this area nice, and then right down the side. So again, you could brush this area, or you could build up a nice resistance. Control arm down, control up, and balance out on the other side. Let's work the fingertips. Again, a lot of energy comes out of these points right here. And then we'll do some nice easy karate chops on both sides. And get the wrists. Good. All right, shake that out. So the other thing, and again for the very basics, let's go back a little bit further in time to Qigong. Qigong is actually older than Tai Chi, and it's mostly an exercise for, again, physical body and energetic body as well. So you want to start off with the feet together at some point, either touching at the heel or full on straight on, okay? And this is called the mountain pose or the Wu Ji position. Don't get too hung up on names. This is where we just sort of just check in and slow the mind down. Think about that breathing, that nice controlled breath in, breath out. The other part of the checklist, it's called the 5 bows. And what that is the arms are relaxed and out to the side. And if you could see the bow, this open area, I'm not military standing, I'm relaxed. Knees are slightly bent. That's the other 2 bows. So there's 4. The 5th bow is that elongated spine. And it's a little, I don't want to say harder to explain, but it's, you want to feel that sensation of sort of dropping down like that stool was behind us, and when I'm going to sort of sit on it, but I'm keeping the weight forward on sort of the pad of the foot, not the heel. And I'm visualizing a nice thread just extending that spine and sort of an anchor tied to the tailbone, dropping that tailbone. And we just relax and remember to breathe. Now we're going to make the right foot the heavy foot, so we can just step out with the left and we adjust into what's called a horse stance. Same principle, knees are slightly bent, the back is still nice and tall. Good. Palms are facing down. Now what we're going to do is just reach up slowly. Turn the palms so they face each other overhead. And now just draw them down. Just like that. And we don't lock the elbows at this point. We're not trying to lock out the arms. We just drop it down. And then bring it up to the heart. Exhale. Down. This time when we bring it up to the heart, we're going to make that circle. We're just going to send it out. Bring the arms back in, palms down. So let's try it again. We bring the arms up. And again, it's controlled. And hold that energy and we just push it down into the body. Releasing, finding any of those stuck areas and just letting it all just leave the body and just recycle back out into the earth. So now we pull up the fresh energy and place it in and do a nice, we call it like a second rinse. We just push that negative energy out. Now we bring up the fresh energy and we circle around. So I don't know if you ever, when you're in a pool and you're holding on to like little floaties and they want to bounce right up quick, visualize you're holding on to something and it wants to raise your arms quick, but I'm controlling. That's the sensation, that you're controlling that floating device. Now I'm at that water level, or I'm out of the water now, and now I'm drawing it up more. Now I'm visualizing I'm taking it and I'm pushing it down. Down, little resistance, I'm pushing it back down under the water. Now control how it wants to bounce up. So I'm controlling that, and down, and then bring it up. And this time just wrap that energy all around us. So we have a nice big protective bubble. And then we do the tiger returns to the mountain, where we come back in just like that. Excellent. So that is a great one to do every morning before you get up. Do your little warm-up, do your little circles, your little hula hoops, and whenever you do, to just gently sort of wake up the body and get it moving. You like some finger exercises. Get those joints that were stiff maybe all night. And the wrists, get those going. And then do that Qigong move. So let's do a quick little review of some of the Tai Chi moves that we know already. The mountain pose. We step out into the horse stance. And the next move is called Tai Chi arms. And that's where you get that sensation of controlling, bringing the arms up. And then control bringing them in. And down. And then we all know that hold the ball move, where we gather the energy and we do what's called that half step in. We're holding the ball. We step up and out. We land on the heel first. We shift that weight forward. hand down, hand up, rock back, 45 out that foot roughly, shift that weight forward. Now you notice something starting to give as I'm shifting and turning. Just bring that back foot up and plant it even as I continue around to the holding the ball left hand high. Then from here, the left foot is the heavy foot, so the right foot can step up and out. Shift that weight forward with the hand down, hand up. Rock back. So I can 45. And then the third part of the step is a step straight out with the hand down, hand up. Good. So I know a lot of you wanted to see that, so I wanted to, again, I can explain it over and over in different ways. And the class I had at the Northbridge Senior Center on Mondays, you guys are more than welcome, any age group, any level of knowledge. You don't have to be from Northbridge. We'd love to have you come and visit the senior center we have here and take a Tai Chi class. So get there about 10:45 on Mondays, and we start the class up and we go for an hour. It's great, and you'll be able to ask as many questions as you like. So those are some of the things that are going on, the Northbridge Senior Center. Again, I'll be down in Rhode Island at the end of the month, but I'm also planning a few things just locally in Northbridge and Uxbridge as well, where you could come out and we'll do a live class outdoors. If you get a chance to practice at all, just some of the moves in your own yard, just get out and just practice that Tai Chi arm. Just that up, in, and down. So this is a great way. This Tai Chi is a moving meditation. So once you get the mechanics of it, the way the hands go, the way I'm not locking them out, the way I'm getting that sensation of drawing it up, I'm sort of circling, kind of an oval. Now you can go a little bit deeper into the meditation part of it. And you could add some shifting the weight. So again, we have fun when we teach a class. We're all students. We all learn from each other. So when you come, you might have the background of a martial art of a different, not necessarily karate, kung fu, whatever that you took, that you'll see some similarities. But please let us know, some of your techniques that we can adapt, and just I'm very curious to find out. It's just everything that's, again, they're all from the same tree, so we all want to learn from each other is really what I'm trying to say. The medical background people, the Reiki people, all that, they all have so much to give, so we all share our information is really the best way to say it. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us, and I hope to see you guys soon on Tai Chi For You.